Welcome back everybody to the daily show where we discuss and do technical analysis on big mega cap stocks. So before we get started, please smash that like button, and 100 plus likes on this video would be greatly appreciated, guys. And if you're new here, consider subscribing. Now if you want to support the channel and get my daily trade ideas, my swing trade ideas, live trading, and all kinds of setups, definitely check out their link down below in the description for Patreon. And now let's get right into it, guys. On Tesla stock is up 1.78%, so Tesla had a massive rally, and unfortunately this morning I was actually eyeing Tesla here at 251. But guess what, guys? If things don't happen at opening, or maybe after opening, maybe within an hour or two, I don't buy stuff. And this was down here at 253, and I was waiting for the gap fill at 251. Never got there immediately. I mean, that was like $12 bounce to the upside. And then you can see at the end, I wasn't even looking, sold off, came back, closing the gap at 251, and now trading over 5-day moving average right here, or at least right at the 5-day moving average, 253 after closing. So that is gonna be your line in the sand, and that is why that 1 minute, that 1 second is so important here in the market, where you can make a ton of money, or you can give back, or you can be really unfortunate not getting filled and waiting for to get filled at a cheaper price, and you can lose money by that way too. So whenever you're buying something, especially on a stock like Tesla on a big breakout, you gotta be really quick. And I'm talking about day trading, just getting in and getting out with your money. Make your money as a day trader. Just take your money and go. I'm not talking about a swing trade where you can actually get in pretty much at a nice, healthier level. I mean, who would want to buy, call, and hold right here at 252? Definitely not. Only for day trade. But unfortunately missed, and Tesla went back up and then gave up all the gains again, came back, still up on the day almost 2%. But came back and closing the gap at 251, and now trading at 253. So that's going to be a line in the sand, 253.50. Underneath that level, watch out for a move down to, I would say, right here, 240, and then 233, this gap down here. As long as 253 to 252 can hold 5-day moving average, watch out for the breakout here, guys, over 258. And if that happens, next stop, 265, and then this high right here, 271, and look at this Bollinger Band expanded up to 281. So I think this is just a consolidation, a pullback, where this thing will just cool off, and then from here this thing will take off. And like I said, you guys saw it on my last video, on my thumbnail, 300 might be coming very soon. The longer we stay above these moving averages and they rise and go up even more, guess what? It's going to push the stock even higher. And 300, I mean, we're not too far away, guys. Just 2 days ago it was at 271, only needed like 30 bucks, and now even today 265 only needed like what, 35 bucks. So anytime this thing can hit 300, and I think as long as we're trading above these moving averages, and these moving averages are rising pretty much every day and going up, it's going to push the stock even higher up to 300, and that is why I'm still holding a decent position on Tesla. On Microsoft is absolutely flat on the day, came down to 451. The magnetic support right here, 451, went back up and now trading at almost 454. And you can see it's trying to hold 20-day moving average right here, 454, which is holding into closing. But we got two doji type candles here near the lows. So that's going to be a strong level to watch, 451. If that gives up, you're going to see a drop down to 443 and then 439 down to even 433 to close this gap down here. But as long as you can trade actually above 451 to 454, watch out for a breakout over 457.73, these two moving averages, 13 and 5-day. Once we get over that level, this thing heading back up to all-time highs, and that could be 468 and even higher. On Amazon, stock is down 0.92%. So Amazon, they do have the Prime Day where Amazon actually taking, a beating today. And you can see Amazon came down to where, guys? I mean 190. And now Amazon holding right here at 192.89, pretty much closing right on this 20-day moving average, which is rising. So as long as I would say Amazon can trade anywhere near 190 to 193 right here. That is still bullish. As long as the support can hold, that is actually a dip buying opportunity. Just retesting this breakout, and especially with the prime day, if this thing breaks and holds right here, 20-day moving average right here, 193, we could see a move back up to 197, and over that, 200 again possible on Amazon stock. Now Amazon gives up 190, and this thing actually trades under 190. In that case, this uptrend will not hold anymore, and the retest will not hold anymore, and you will see more selling down to 187.68, down to even 185, and then 180. On Google, stock is up 0.75%. So Google, let me show you guys something. I mean, they're actually buying another company. Far as the news I saw early in the morning, correct me if I'm actually wrong, but this thing is flagging right here, guys. Google definitely flagging right here, and if this thing breaks out, and so far, I mean, it's holding this support right here, 187, and if this thing gets that breakout, I would say over 190, easily going back up to 195, that would be another brand new all-time high, going over 193.31, and possibly even 200. Now, if this thing gets under 187, in that case, watch out for the strong support of 185, rising 20-day moving average, this white line, and below that level, you will see more selling, possibly down to 180 on Google. On Apple stock, it's up 1.67%, so explosive move here on Apple stock, and another gap up and go, and hitting a brand new all-time high, and pretty much closing at a brand new all-time high. And that is what $100 billion buyback can actually do to a stock, even with bad earnings and bad numbers coming out from the company. Now, that's not what actually matters. It's the buyback, and we saw that. I called it out before about 6 months ago when Meta, they had their buyback that it's not going to stay here. We might go up to 500, and now we just went over 500 on Meta. I mean, that thing went absolutely ballistic with 2 buybacks recently. With 2 earnings, they're announcing buybacks, and stock just exploded. That is just not us buying it or any big companies buying it, any institutional buying. It just their own money buyback is back, and that is why the stock is flying, right? A lot of people don't get that. Why is stock going up? Well, the company is buying their own shares. That's why it's going up. Now, Apple here, same thing. Big company, a lot of money. They can buy another, another 100 billion or even 200 billion. That's nothing for them. They can buy even more if they want to. But even with $100 billion buyback, look at the stock breakout, and look at this expansion from 198. I mean, talking about 240s, almost here, guys, almost here. And now Apple, if there is any kind of a pullback, watch out for the support right here. This gap as a support, 232.64, and underneath that 230, and once we get under 230, then we can talk about possibly 223.45, and then this gap 221.55. As long as Apple can stay above 230, the next stop not only 237 again, upper Bollinger Band expanded up to 237, but this thing can go all the way up to 240 and then possibly even higher. On AMD, it's down 1%. So AMD, if you look at my screen, and a lot of people are getting scared, like, oh, AMD is going to come back. You can see it's kind of flagging right here, guys. Couple more candles, and this could be a nice daily bull flag. As long as we're trading around, I would say 178 to 180 can hold right here. Watch out for that breakout over 184, and soon as that happens, the first target is this gap on top, 188, and over this, you're going to see another explosive move up to 205.60. Now, below 177 to 178, we do have strong support right here around 173 to 171, so that should be your next level. Underneath this level right here, 178. And if this thing breaks and holds 184, definitely this is going to be a nice bull flag consolidation. And from this breakout, AMD can go all the way up to not only to 188, 205.60. And that is a big move on AMD. And still, there is money to be made here on AMD stock. On Meta, it's down 0.5%. So Meta, I picked up calls this morning twice, and unfortunately did not maximize my profit, because if I was holding, I got in at 496. This thing got up to 506. That is a decent move, $10 move, but I think I got out and keep putting a stop loss soon as I see like Meta going up $3-4, I'm actually putting a stop loss where I got in, or as the stock makes a move higher, I'm just moving my stop and getting closer to the price, and then I got stopped out, but of course for profit on both trades on Meta. And then later on the day, this thing came back and now trading at 496. But we do have critical support down here. That's gonna be 490, and then 484.59 or 49 lower Bollinger Band, and then this gap 478.89. But we do have a gap on top, and it was almost there today, just like Friday. And I think even tomorrow I might go in here on Meta to get some calls. As long as we're trading above 490, there is a possibility before filling this gap and before earnings, this thing might go back up to close this gap 508, and from here 496 up to 508, that is a decent amount of money to be made on a day trade, and I'm looking at that going into tomorrow's session. So watch out, guys. 490, 484.49, and then 478.89, this gap as a support, and to the upside, Meta will find resistance at 508, 511, and then 520. So Netflix going up 1.37%, and we know that rotation back into Netflix, and this thing also was hitting lower Bollinger Band, getting a bit oversold, and we saw that rally today up to 667, getting a rejection because we know that there is strong resistance at 664, came back, and now trading at 656 over 20-day moving average, which is sitting at 647. So 647 for Netflix will be your line in the sand, and I think earnings this week on Thursday, so that is going to be something to watch. I'm pretty sure there is going to be a massive expected move on Netflix. We'll find out as we get closer to the earnings, but watch out. If this thing breaks out over 664, this thing can move easily up to 673 and possibly even higher up to 675, 20-day moving average, and from there 700 possible on Netflix. Underneath this support, rising 50-day moving average 647, you'll see a dump off down to 630 and then 604. On Nvidia, stock is down 0.62%. So before we get into Nvidia, I just wanted to say thank you to each and every one of you guys. Last video we got 150 likes, and that is why this video is coming out. So as we get more and more likes, I'm not going to delay these videos and make 2 videos a week. I'm going to continue to make these videos because last video you guys really showed that you're into this channel, you're watching, because I was asking for 100 likes. We got 160 plus likes, I think. I don't know how many right now at top of my head, but we went over 150, almost 160 plus. So that is great news. That shows that a lot of people are supporting the channel and especially the content. So keep doing that. This channel will reach out to more people and more people will watch, and if it's helping, that's the main goal. It's not about making money on YouTube because YouTube barely pays anything. Wasting time, and then you see like your videos is not getting enough likes and you made a video that actually took 6 hours of your time. I mean, nobody will do that. I don't have any work. I don't work for anybody but myself. I do these trading full time, and that's how I survive. So I don't need this, right? And that's why if these videos are actually helping someone, and if I'm buying something, I can share with you guys, and you can make money off of that level, and you have a game plan. You can use my 20 plus years of experience from these technical analysis, and you can make some money. Let's go and make that money, right? That is why I need those likes, and you guys definitely went above and beyond and putting 106 likes on the last video, and I'm expecting the same thing on this one. Now Nvidia, well, we're seeing a rotation back into some other stocks. Nvidia might be tomorrow. It's not under 126, it's not over 130. So if this thing breaks over 130, the next stop 136. Breaks under 126, you will see more dump off down to 123, 117.85, and right now Nvidia is kind of in the middle where like you cannot make a prediction on Nvidia until the range breaks, and that would be 126 breaks to the downside, and if this thing breaks over 136, brand new all-time high. So it's kind of trading in this range between 126 and 136 until one side actually breaks, maybe to the upside or to the downside. We cannot see where Nvidia is going, so keep that in mind. Below 126, downside 123, 117.85. above 130, 136, and over 136, that is going to be a breakout, and you will see more upside. Definitely a brand new all-time high. And that's all I have for you guys in this video. Thank you so much for watching.